Let's go to Aiden from the DC area. Aiden, welcome to the program. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing
I've
well.
been watching your show for years, probably since 2017, 2018.
Thank you.
Just kind of happened upon the channel today and noticed that you were live. I don't really have any particular question, but I work at a restaurant in DC, and I was actually driving around DC on January 6th.
Mm.
And I'll tell you, it was like when they finally sent people to DC from Maryland, it was the most amount of police vehicles I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, interesting.
But I work with some deniers of the 2020 election, and like even to this day, like we've talked about it all, and they're just like they still don't believe that Biden won. And I guess my question to you is, at this point, what can you do to deprogram people?
At this point, I don't know. We recently looked at a poll where something like it was either 40 or 55% of Republicans still believe that Trump is actually the winner. It's dangerously delusional. And honestly, I'm sort of at the ready to give up phase where my thought process is we just need enough voter turnout to make them irrelevant. And of course, that's a lot of voter turnout that you need. But if they still believe it at this point, what could we possibly show them that would change their minds? And in fact, I would put it a different way. They weren't really given any evidence to get them to start believing this stuff. So I don't even know that evidence is what's going to get them out of it.
Correct. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
And the
My
problem
boss
is there's so many of them. It's easy to
It's
say,
true,
well,
yeah.
just ignore them and get enough votes. But we're talking about tens of millions of people here who believe this stuff. If you say it's half of the people that voted Trump, you're talking about 35-ish million people who believe that the guy who lost actually is the guy who won. What do you do? You can't fix education quickly. I mean, these are adults. They're not in the school system anymore to learn critical thinking and media literacy. I'm at a loss, quite frankly. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I'm a server, so I come across a lot of people from both sides, and I've had some pretty aggressive Trump supporters come in that I've had to serve.
Really? Like, do they try to talk politics with you?
Absolutely.
How
It's
does
kind
it
of
even?
the
How does it come up?
well, usually it's some jab at Biden. Oh, that Brandon guy, with our taxes. Excuse my language, but something like that, and it's just kind of shove it down your throat mentality.
Wow.
So
And then how do you respond?
I honestly just try to agree with them because like as lightly as I can and just avoid the subject because serving them, I don't want to offend them in any way.
How
I'd
do the
rather
MAGA
just
people tip?
if if they don't think you're a Democrat, pretty well, I'd guess.
Is that you think that that's a factor?
I do. I actually do.
Have you had
But not with
situations?
everybody. Just I would say more the extremist type.
Have you had situations where a customer gleaned the fact that you were not a MAGA guy and that your tip suffered as a result?
Not that I would directly say like that had happened, but I've never given it away that I'm not, for either side. If
Gotcha.
somebody brings it up,
Wow.
I
Well,
try to
that
stay very
sounds
apolitical.
sounds complex, I'll have to say.
Yeah, I just try to avoid confrontation.
I
but
completely agree
At the
with you.
same time, with people I work with that I'm more close to and I care about, when I see that they believe something that's inherently false and they're just on this side of crazy, and I just can't think of what to do or say to bring them back to reality.
Reality. Yeah, no, if you
But,
figure it out,
but
let
other
me know,
other
'cause
than
I haven't figured it out.
other than politics, everything's great. But when it comes to that, it's just like they're in a different land.
I completely agree with you. Aiden, thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
Yeah, keep doing what you do, David. Take
All
care.
right. How many times have we heard stories like that from servers at restaurants? It's quite a situation. People in transportation, Uber drivers, we hear it from everybody, quite frankly. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back with more Friday show right after this.